Hello, historians. This is World History Day 15, 15C. This will be our last lecture for today. We're still talking about ancient India and the Indus River Valley. So artifacts and buildings are discovered in 1922. So a lot of this information did not get published to like high school historians until maybe several decades later, because it takes a while to publish these initial findings. And the writing in 1922 was discovered, but still not translatable. We need to find the equivalent of an India Rosetta Stone. It's likely that it will be translated eventually, but currently it's not translated. So certain things about the civilization we're guessing about. But I think there's quite a few things that we can tell by the grid pattern of the cities, etc. A lot of notes on this page about the language. So again, as always, date your notes, pause it if you need more time. So we know they used a pictographic script in ancient India. We have found about 3,500 archaeological fragments of this script. A lot of them are stamped seals that are carved into stone. Some are on molded terracotta, and some on amulets, pottery fragments, and a few other inscribed objects. We think that this is a language, not mere decoration. The seals and amulets often also contain iconographic motifs, realistic pictures of animals. They may have worshipped animals, and just different possible idols. We have to use this material and try to figure out what were they saying by it. Here's a close-up of some of their script, their pictographic script. The writing that we can translate begins around 1500 BC, so that's a later writing, which is Sanskrit. And that we can translate to a large extent. This is an example of some of the Mohenjo-Daro, the more ancient writing, the 2500 BC writing in Mohenjo-Daro, like something drawn onto a seal, like a seal that they might use to trade. Here are some more seals. Silver seal, that one might be worth more money. Clay seals, more easy to acquire. People of higher status seem to have a gold disc on the forehead, and again, I am wearing my disc earrings. So this is not gold, it's wood, but it's that disc shape that they seem to favor. And this could be a priest king type person. Some of them were possibly made of gold. So in some cases, the gold does not remain, but archaeologists are guessing what was there. Here is some jewelry that was found in this region that they would wear in ancient India. And here are some other artifacts. These are whistles, potentially instruments. And this kind of whistle is still used today in the rural areas, the more farming country areas of Pakistan and India. So they've used it all the way from 2,000 years before Christ all the way to now. They did some sculptures of the figure of the human person and some clay sculpture. So you can kind of see some things about how did they wear their hair, that kind of thing. They use ceramics, and these are usually used as a combination of your everyday tasks. You're getting water, you're eating, cooking, serving, and also decorative, washing, ceremonial, to contain oils. And a copper plate, which again probably had a very practical use, but might have been available to someone of higher status for their eating and washing, and etc. Let's do a review question. I think we know quite a lot actually about the Indus River Valley civilization, but historians say we don't know much. And why do we not know much? So go ahead and you can say an answer out loud or write it in your notes as you're following this lecture. What are we lacking in our knowledge about these people? I'm going to go ahead and reveal the answer. And how do we know as much as we do is another question. Then the second question is, how do we know as much as we do? So why are we lacking? But then how do we know as much as we do know? So to discuss possible answers for that, what we're lacking, of course, is that the language is not translatable. How we know what we do is from looking at the foundations